Hi everybody. So I want to talk about social distancing for dummies. Okay? Social distancing for dummies. And before I go into social distancing, let's talk about infection control. Okay? There are two types of airborne um, infection modes. There's the droplet, airborne droplet, and there's the airborne. Okay? The droplet is used for diseases like TB, where the pathogen uh, is droplet, like the drops of a moisture out of the person that has the disease, like coughing. They cough into the air and stuff like that, and the pathogen can stay suspended in the moisture in the air, okay, for a minute. So like TB. The other one is airborne, which does not have droplet precautions, but the pathogen travels in the air. Okay, we all know. So these are two different types: the droplet airborne and the regular airborne. Okay, now the droplet airborne, as a nurse, we wear the N95 mask for that. If you have a TB patient, you wear your N95 mask. The N95 mask, we have to be fitted for that. Okay, so to be fitted for an N95 mask, you go to the mask test place and they put the N95 on you, and they put like a plastic thing on you, and they spray something underneath the plastic. If you can smell whatever it was they sprayed underneath the plastic, then that N95 is not for you. You have to get the right fit, because you should not be able to smell anything happening outside in your nose. So for me, I wear the small N95. That's what I've been tested. That's what I wear. Now, when that's for the droplet airborne. When you have regular airborne, you only wear a regular mask. Okay? Now, if you sneeze, that's a sneeze, right? The force of the propulsion of the sneeze at least will go 4 feet. At least 4 feet. Okay, let's now talk about the influence of the air. Now, that was something I posted on my page, in which they actually studied this, and they said that the force of expulsion of a sneeze can actually go up to 27 feet. Okay, 27 feet. Now, the same thing with a cough. Okay, now the other aspect of prevention that they've told us is, disinfect, wash your hands. That is what you do. For everybody should wash their hands anyways, but when your patient has a contact precaution, like when they have C. diff, okay, you wash your hands, because that is a contact, so you don't touch your face, or it enters your mouth, or enters through your nose, or enters through an orifice. That is not an airborne or droplet. It has a totally different disease process, because airborne and droplets tend to affect the lungs and the airway and respiratory tract. Contact usually is enteric. In other words, it has to go from the surface to your mouth. Okay, now social distancing. So let's say you are sitting in your backyard minding your business. Barbecue is the pretty day, minding your business. Okay, and my house is probably maybe good, let's say from my backyard to my neighbor's backyard over here, probably, I don't know how many feet, but it's windy today, right? So you're barbecuing and you have your mask on. Meanwhile, in your mask, you are smelling the smell of the barbecue. You are smelling the barbecue, right? So that means your mask ain't working, because this particular thing we're dealing with right here is both airborne, droplet, and contact at the same time, right? So you need to wear airborne. You should have airborne precautions, like what they say, right? The thing is both airborne, contact, and droplet. So you're in your backyard barbecuing, and I sneeze, right? I sneeze, and then what happens? You are smelling your barbecue inside your mask, so your mask ain't protecting you for nothing against airborne, against droplet. Okay, hold on. So your mask ain't protecting you from nothing, because you can smell it. Okay, so I sneeze and the wind carries the sneeze that travels 27 feet on its own into your doggone backyard, and you who is wearing a mask and who can still smell your doggone barbecue, you inhale it. And then you take it into your doggone house with your kids and your wife in there and get every person infected. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, if you are using social distancing as a method of infection control, you might want to distance maybe about 27, give and take, maybe 35 feet. 35 feet. Okay? 35 feet from the closest human being, and pray to God that nobody within 100 feet from you sneezes and there's wind, so you don't carry it to you. Oh, and when you get up, you get dressed and you put that mask on, if you can smell your perfume, that mask ain't protecting you. That cloth mask ain't protecting you. In the hospitals, the rooms with droplet precautions have what they call negative airway pressure. Therefore, that particular room has its own air circulation. The air that circulates in that room does not come out to the other rooms. It has negative airway pressure. So you are distancing yourself from somebody who may potentially have something, not realizing that it's impossible to protect yourself from an airborne or from an droplet. Impossible. Because the wind negates everything you're trying to do. The wind does. So you distance yourself 6 feet. Meanwhile, somebody's cough, even if they're wearing a doggone face cloth mask and they sneeze, they can still push through that face mask. It goes 27 feet. It goes 27 feet at the effect of the wind. In the hospital, we do not wear regular mask for droplets. We wear an N95 mask because you can't breathe through that thing. There's nothing coming out into the environment, into that mask. Nothing. You can't breathe through it. You're only recirculating your own air because there's nothing coming from the environment into that mask. That's for droplet precautions. And then airborne, we wear regular mask. And not only are we wearing the N95 for droplet, we're also sitting in a room that is negative airway pressure. And so everybody's up in here making masks from things that don't even make sense. Distancing yourself 6 feet, that makes any sense. I have unfollowed so many people. I didn't realize how many dummies I followed. I did. I have unfollowed so many people on Instagram because nobody is actually really thinking or paying any attention. Nobody. They just say you one thing, you oh my goodness, you follow. Without actually looking at the science of it. At the science of it. Does that make sense? People don't understand what is going on. But I titled this Social Distance for Dummies so that those dummies who are up in here talking about social distancing, so you can understand how stupid it sounds. How nonsensical it sounds. If you are going to protect yourself against, if there's droplet and there's airborne at the same time, you might as well get you an N95 mask if you can find it. And then if that N95 mask hasn't been tested to fit you, then you are probably wearing the wrong one and you're probably going to get infected anyways, if that's your issue. And if you're wearing a regular mask, forget it. And then also, this also has contact and droplet. Contact, so you can touch something and put in your mouth and you can get it too. I don't understand. I really don't.